Redditors with religious parents, what nonsense. Almost anything could be construed as evil. We were playing with bicycle cards once and she looked at the king with the sword in his head and freaked out, threw away all the cards. I was also told even thinking the word damn would get you sent to hell, so I was always nervous when I thought about that. Basically just thinking don't think damn, do not think damn. Sports were pretty much the only thing I could watch besides Christian programming. I liked cartoons obviously, but the only acceptable ones were these tapes we had that told Bible stories. The problem with those Bible stories cartoons was, is, and will be, the fact that they tell the same 10 to 15 stories all the time. Not that I had to watch them a lot, but I got my usual exposure. Which is a shame, because Bible would actually be a great source material for quite a lot of things. There is so much of Bible that doesn't really get touched upon in media. Though I don't think you can easily turn the Revelations into a kid-friendly cartoon. But I'd give a good try.
I remember the Noah one, Daniel in the lion's den, and the best one was the Jesus story. I'm pretty sure there was Adam and Eve, Moses, Paul being blinded was memorable too.
I think the usual ones are Adam, Eve, Noah, Moses, Daniel, Beggar Boy, Prodigal Son. There was one episode for each part of Jesus's life, usually like 3 to 4. But the count is near 10 to 15, same things being done in a poor production quality, on a worn-out VHS. I don't even know who funded the production of this stuff, and did people really buy this stuff to make it worth it? Pokemon promoted evolution, and therefore was a corruption menace, leading to my secret cards being discovered and shiny Lapras being put through the washing machine. What's funny is that they didn't even start promoting evolution until regional forms came out. Before then, their evolution was really more like metamorphosis. No, Mom, this isn't Darwinian. Just think of these things as really big butterflies instead. Not if you ask the most trusted source of all. Focus on the family said it was bad, so Lapras had to die. But Lapras doesn't even evolve. Aw mate, I know it has been years, but sorry for your loss. Bruh, Dr. James Dobson and FOTF is why I missed out on a lot of good media growing up. No Power Rangers, obtaining powers from crystals was witchcraft. No Santa Claus, Santa was Satan apparently, we were too afraid to question that one. No Pokemon, psychic powers came from the devil. Edit. Since this has been noticed, let me hit you with another big one. Has anyone heard of the TV Guardian? It was a box that censored TV and movies while you watched. The TV would mute itself and put up a censored closed caption. Ass equals butt, sex equals hugs, etc. Even my dad, the preacher, thought it was way over the top. At my school no Harry Potter was a legitimate thing. Then I also remember when The Passion of the Christ came out in theaters, and my school was going to do a field trip to see it, but then there was chaos because people found out it was a violent film. Oh, that last bit is funny. Did they not know about the public torture and execution part? That's the whole point. Oh no, of course they didn't. Then a parent, the same parent who started the no Harry Potter shit, saw it with her 10-year-old daughter, and was horrified by the blood and gore. The field trip was cancelled at the last minute that morning. Ha! Really should not be so funny. I feel for the 10-year-old though. My wife is a librarian. She says a lot of parents restrict Harry Potter because it imperils their children's soul with tales of sorcery. My dad is a very religious man. I mean to the point of reading the New Testament in Greek religious. He read Harry Potter back when the whole "Oh me God burn the heathen" book mess just started. His response was, do these people know the meaning of the word allegory? He thought the book was great and told quite a few nuts they were, well, nuts. That's because it's less about the religion and more about the ill-informed angry nuts, using it as a weapon to lash out at the world and fuel their righteous indignation. Seriously, righteous indignation seems to be a haluva drug. My partner comes from a very religious household, and he was forbidden to listen to any music with drums in it because drums were the devil's music. Edit. Just to answer some questions, his parents are really fucking weird and seem to have their own version of Christianity. He and the rest of his siblings were homeschooled, and most of the time they do their own little church service from home. As far as I know, they don't listen to any music at home still. The devil is more of a violin amateur, at least according to Tartatini, who composed a whole piece about it. See, I thought he was more of a fiddler, at least according to Daniels, who also composed a piece about it. But Johnny is better. Also, the devil is very hungry for souls unless you sing him a great song. I wasn't allowed to say geez because it's short for Jesus. That's the most annoying thing I can think of. I almost got kicked out of a religious friend's house mid-slumber party for this. We were playing Monopoly, I said geez at some point, and her mom got up and left the room. I heard later from my friend that her mom was seriously considering calling my parents to come pick me up. I want to know to what extent they draw the line. Is any substitute bad because it's a substitute? Can Mormons continue to say flip instead of fuck in her measure? What's her stance on saying jeepers? I would never have enough consider G's to be a substitute for Jesus. Could you go full the other way and say like, Satan? Is that better or worse? I believe it is not about substitute for a curse word, but more about the thou shalt not take the name of the Lord thy God in vain, saying G's, or Jesus is the issue, because you are not saying it for a good cause. Same with shouting oh my God when you're frustrated. I think just saying fuck would be better in front of good Christians. That isn't what taking the Lord's name in vain means, although most people don't realize that. Taking his name in vain actually means calling yourself a Christian, but not behaving as one. Talking the talk, but not walking the walk. Exactly, most people don't realize it, and to most people, calling out the name of the Lord when you aren't in fact Christian is pretty much talking the talk, but not walking the walk.